We're discussing bladder health in the context of an enlarged prostate. So sometimes we see men with an enlarged prostate and their bladder has failed, the bladder stops working. Well, what does that mean? So it's important to understand that when we go to urinate, we take it for granted, but the bladder is an active contraction, it's a muscle. So when we unzip our pants, the bladder has to push the urine out, otherwise the urine will stay in the bladder. It's not a obvious thing that happens. It's a contraction. When the channel is open, the amount of pressure that the bladder has to generate is not a lot. That's why the stream is good. Fast forward, when the prostate gets enlarged, the bladder has to work harder. And to push the urine out, it has to work harder. So when you strain a muscle, any muscle, it gets stronger. But ultimately, if you keep on straining it over years and years, this muscle can fail. And sometimes if the prostate is neglected and we see somebody, even if we fix and open up the channel, in some men, the bladder doesn't work anymore. We call bladder atony or flaccid bladder, and it's really nothing to do. There's really very few solutions to fix a bladder because it just doesn't work anymore. And it's like a balloon that's been blown up for a long time and you untie it and it has lost its tone. So when we see men with an enlarged prostate, we can look inside the bladder and we can see signs of bladder failure. And when we see that, we say, oh, we need to open this up because ultimately this bladder will stop working and then you might be left with a catheter, and a catheter is a lifetime sentence.